Hello friends, today's first story is from Kala village in the Dinara police station area of Shivpuri district, Madhya Pradesh. It was a morning in February 2024. The villagers were busy with their daily routines. Some were heading towards the canal for a walk, while others were returning. Everything seemed normal, just like any other day. But no one had any idea that something horrifying was about to happen. A man from the village went for his usual morning walk near the canal. As he walked, he reached the bushes and suddenly felt something strange. His eyes fell behind the bushes, and what he saw sent shivers down his spine. There lay a blood-soaked body of a young man. His heart started pounding, and he was overcome with fear. Unable to comprehend the situation, he immediately ran back to the village to inform others. As he reached the village, he gasped for breath and told the people, "There's a dead body lying behind the bushes near the canal." Hearing this, some villagers rushed to the spot. They too saw the body, but since it was lying face down, no one could identify the person. The situation was serious, so the villagers decided to inform the police immediately. One of them took out his phone and called Dinara police station in charge, Santosh Bhargava. As soon as they received the information, Inspector Santosh Bhargava and his team quickly reached the crime scene. The police began their investigation and examined the body. When they turned it over, the onlookers were shocked beyond words. It was Vishal's body. He had been shot in the head from close range, and his skull was brutally shattered. Blood was everywhere. Seeing the horrific condition of the body, everyone present was horrified. Soon the news spread and Vishal's family members started arriving at the scene. But before them, his cousin Vijay reached there. As soon as Vijay saw the body, he broke down in tears. He clung to Vishal and in a trembling voice said to the police, "Vishal was my cousin, but our bond was stronger than real brothers. He had lived with us since childhood, and we shared not just brotherhood, but also a deep friendship." A little later, Vishal's family arrived. Seeing their son in such a condition, they went into deep shock. The entire village was in mourning. The police first asked Vishal's family if they had any enmity with anyone in the village, but the family completely denied any such rivalry. After this, the police conducted a thorough inspection of the crime scene and sent the body for post-mortem. Then they started questioning Vishal's family and other villagers. During the investigation, the police found out that Vishal had been living at his uncle's house for several years and had a very close friendship with his cousin brother, Vijay. The police also discovered that Vishal had gotten married just a few months ago. With this information, the police changed the direction of the investigation and started considering whether Vishal's murder was related to an old love affair. They also speculated whether this was a case of past rivalry or if there was some hidden secret related to his marriage and relationships. Since it was a murder case, under the direction of Shivpuri SP, the Dara police station had already started the investigation even before the post-mortem report was released. However, 2 days later, when Vishal's short post-mortem report arrived, it completely changed the course of the investigation. The post-mortem report revealed a shocking detail. Before being murdered, Vishal had engaged in homosexual relations. Based on this new information, the police started investigating whether Vishal had a special friendship with any young man in the village. However, the police couldn't ignore the possibility that he might have had natural relations with a young woman as well. So they also started gathering information about any possible romantic involvement Vishal might have had with a woman. During the questioning, the police learned that in the entire village, Vishal's closest companion was only his cousin brother, Vijay. Apart from that, there were no rumors of him having a deep friendship with anyone else. This convinced the police that if Vishal had any romantic or homosexual relationship, Vijay would surely know about it. With this belief, the police interrogated Vijay strictly, but he flatly denied knowing anything about Vishal's romantic affairs or homosexual relations. This raised suspicion among the police because Vijay himself had admitted that Vishal was not just his cousin, but also his best friend. In such a case, it was unlikely that he knew nothing about Vishal's personal life. As the suspicion deepened, the police examined the mobile locations of both Vijay and Vishal to uncover the truth. Then, some shocking revelations emerged during the investigation. The police found out that on the day of the murder, Vishal and Vijay had multiple phone conversations. Even when Vishal was about to leave his house, he had called Vijay one last time. Not only that, but the police also discovered another major piece of evidence. On the same night Vishal was murdered, Vijay's mobile phone was traced near the same canal where Vishal's body was found. Now, the police were convinced that Vijay was hiding something. They reported all the findings to Shivpuri SP and called Vijay back to the police station for another round of intense interrogation. After some time, Vijay broke down and confessed that he had murdered Vishal. But the reason for the murder shocked even the police. Vijay revealed that Vishal had been misbehaving with him since childhood. When they grew up, Vijay resisted, but Vishal kept blackmailing him by threatening to reveal old secrets. On the day of the incident, Vishal once again forced himself on Vijay. As Vijay was about to leave for home, Vishal grabbed him, pushed him down, and attempted to assault him again. Enraged, Vijay pulled out the gun he had in his pocket, pressed it against Vishal's skull, and shot him. After that, he went straight home and slept. The police recovered the gun from Vijay. What he revealed about the incident was terrifying and chilling. Let's go into the details of this crime story. But before that, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Now let's get into the full story. Vishal had always been very attached to his aunt, so he moved in with her. Vijay, who was of the same age, was already living there. The two became good friends. They spent all their time together, whether roaming the village or working. They were always seen side by side. Their bond grew so close that they ate, bathed, and even slept together. It was an innocent childhood friendship, but no one had any idea that this relationship would take such a horrifying turn later. Nisar had his own house on Satwas Road near the electricity office, with his shop located beneath it. His family consisted of his wife Ruxana, his beautiful 18-year-old daughter Shabnam, and a 14-year-old son. However, when the family appeared before the police and was questioned, the truth turned out to be something else. Although Nisar indeed had an illicit relationship with the woman, the family had no involvement in the murder. Meanwhile, members of Nisar's community started accusing the police of negligence and tried to exert pressure. But Town Inspector Tazib Kazi was not one to be influenced by rumors or external pressure. He had previously solved many complex cases, and without caring about external influences, he dedicated himself to the investigation with complete honesty. First, she tried provoking the husband of the woman her father was involved with. Shabnam thought that after such a betrayal, the man would kill Nisar in anger. But when he outright refused, her entire plan fell apart. As the wedding date approached, Shabnam's anxiety grew. With no other option left, she directly asked Vishal to kill her father. Vishal was terrified upon hearing this, as this was no ordinary matter. However, he did not want to appear weak and cowardly in front of Shabnam. She explained to him that if her father was gone, all his wealth would belong to her mother. She told Vishal that her father owned 3 plots and had lakhs of rupees in the bank. If they received just 1 plot and some money, they could live a comfortable life together. Lured by love and money, Vishal's mind was completely swayed. Now he was ready to become part of this dangerous conspiracy. They carefully planned the murder. A day before the crime, Vishal switched off his mobile and traveled to Kanaj to observe Nisar's movements closely. Once he was sure the plan could be executed, on November 22, 2024, Vishal arrived in Kanaj from Indore. He waited at a distance from Shabnam's house for the right moment, when Nisar would leave to buy milk. Shabnam knew that Vishal would carry out the act that day. When she spotted him at a distance, she handed the milk container to her father herself, urging him to go. Nisar, lost in thoughts about his daughter's upcoming wedding, left without suspicion. The moment he stepped outside, Vishal rode up on his motorcycle, pulled out a pistol, and shot him straight in the chest. Nisar collapsed on the ground. After committing the murder, Vishal fled to Indore, hid the weapon at a friend's house, and returned home, confident that the police would never trace him. However, Kannauj Police Inspector Tazib Kazi and his team analyzed over 200 CCTV footages and investigated more than 20,000 mobile numbers within 4 days. Eventually, they caught Vishal. Along with him, his friend, Shabnam's mother, and Shabnam herself were arrested. Thus, the daughter who conspired to kill her father and the wife who plotted her husband's murder were both put behind bars. Friends, the purpose of sharing this story is not to distress or trouble anyone, but to make you aware and alert. Our goal is that you learn something from this incident and remain cautious. What are your thoughts on this case? Let us know in the comments. Also, mention where you are watching this video from. If you appreciated our effort, please like this video and share it with your friends so that this information reaches more people. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe now to keep receiving such important updates. Thank you.